talk about the games happened on Thursday. We only have 3 games actually. One game got canceled, the Warriors and Denver Nuggets game. For Denver, they had 7 games in, 7 players in, and they need 8 players. Four players were actually questionable. So apparently now those guys was able to play, I suppose. But from Denver Nuggets perspective, it makes sense, right? They don't have a lot of bodies. They're just gonna move the game to a later date. So I think moving forward, if 2 teams, they don't have enough players, most likely, that one team that does not have enough players, they might just, quote unquote forfeit the game because they don't have a couple of their starters. Why play the game when you're so short-handed, right? Just move to a later day and see what happens. And now let's talk about the games that happened. Only 3 games. The first game is the Philadelphia Sixers beat the Brooklyn Nets at home. At Brooklyn Nets. The Nets, they're still the first in the East, but I felt that they lost to every good team. Those big matchups, they tend to lose, and they're beating the bad teams. Matisse Thybulle played 39 minutes, had 5 fouls, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, 6 points. This is really good, but Danny Green's going to be back, and I will use this to sell high. Tobias Harris, 37 minutes. Did not have the best game. Probably a buy low. Tobias, on the season, over the years, he's been a very consistent top 40 player. And this year, Tobias is 63rd. So he should be a top 50 player at least. So guys in that range like Tyrese Maxey, I would trade Gordon Hayward to get Tobias Harris. Those are the trades I'll be looking to do. Even on Mike Conley, for Tobias. Obviously, these players are pretty different. They provide different categories, but I think Tobias should be a top 40 player. He was in and out of the lineup. This season, let's look at his season stats. 18.5 points, 7.7 rebound, and just 1.13, shooting just 45%. So the steal numbers is also below 0.5, although he's not known to get defensive stat, but he should be getting 0.8, 0.9. And the shooting should go up 45%. And when that happens, his scoring going to go up a little bit as well. So overall, he should be a top 50 player. But he's not that far off, 63rd. Joel Embiid, great. After some early season struggles, I wouldn't say struggles, maybe he wasn't 100%. And getting COVID really helped him, I suppose. Meaning getting the time off. Now he's a 6th ranked player. I mean, every time he plays, he's putting up pretty big numbers. This game, 3 steals and a block. Bringing in the defensive stat, but when you're playing the Nets, you expect to get some defense, a lot of defensive stat. Averaging on the season, he's averaging 1.2 steals. That's really great for a center, and 1.4 blocks. That's a bit low actually. So maybe that 1.4 goes up to 1.8, 1.9. We could, who move on a per game basis, he could move inside that top 5. Seth Curry, 17 points, 2 threes, 6 assists, 2 steals. Provided overall pretty solid numbers overall. Curry on the season 83rd. Yeah, like a 90, 100 type of player. I'm not the biggest fan of Seth Curry, so if he goes off, I look to try to do a 2-for-1s. He's the type of player that, you want to do a 2-for-1s to get some good value back. Tyrese Maxey finally had a great game. 25 points. That's great. Took 18 shots, 5 threes, 7 rebound for us, but no defensive stats. And I think he's another, just like Seth Curry is one of those guys that I'll look to trade, do a 2-for-1s if he's playing well like this. Andre Drummond came back. He's a guy that we could always stream in just 16. He actually played 60 minutes. Okay. Joel Embiid played 32. Yeah. So these 2 guys are, they are sharing the center minutes. So if Joel Embiid play 30, Andre Drummond going to play 18. If Joel Embiid play 25, Andre Drummond going to play 23. In just 60 minutes, this is the stat he put on. 10 rebounds, a steal and a block, 10 points. With alright efficiency this game. So he's a guy we could always stream. And if your team is pounding points and threes, he's not bad to hold, to be honest. He'll provide a little bit of everything. For the Brooklyn Nets, KD came back from the protocol. Just another KD game. Great efficiency. 4 for 6 from the free throw line is not ordinary from KD, but the rest of the line looks fine. Claxton is a must roster. Eldridge is back this game, and look at what, he got 33 minutes. He was so bad in the beginning of the season. Now he is, and they're gonna use him. Even when Kyrie plays, Claxton could, I would fit the team pretty well. Catching lobs from Kyrie or Harden or KD, and playing defense on the other end. So I like him. Needs to be rostered for sure right now. Can get a bunch of stocks, good rebounding, and good field goal playing with Harden. LaMarcus Aldridge, still a hold. Came back, played 27 minutes. 2 blocks, 8 rebounds, 12 points. Very, very, still pretty efficient big man. Can provide some rebound and blocks. Patty Mills struggled. Still a hold. If the points and threes he's providing is pretty good. We don't know when Joe Harris is back, but once Joe Harris is back, I think Patty Mills could be a drop. And Harden, another great game. Went to the free throw line 18 times. That's been a difference. It's been going to the free throw coming, just like many other stars like Joel Embiid, coming back from COVID. He's just been putting up huge numbers every single game. Maybe the rest helped. I'm not 100% sure. 33 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah. Just another monster line from Harden. And Kyrie's going to be back. But, Harden, for the rest of the season, he could maybe average 25 points and 10 assists. Right? And he's averaging some huge minutes as well. So we don't know. We'll see what happens when Kyrie comes back. But Harden's been looking great the last 3 games, coming back from COVID. Let's talk about the next game. The Milwaukee Bucks, didn't they play Magic just the other day? Yeah, I think they played each other back-to-back. When you're playing against the Magic, 136 points, yeah, they only won by 18, so I guess, they didn't destroy them. But Chris Middleton, great, 22, 6 assists and 1 steal. To me, Chris Middleton is like a efficient top 50 player. He has not been that this season, just like Tobias Harris. If he struggles, I would buy low. Giannis, 33 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Yeah, made all his free throws. Giannis, if in a pound free throw build, he's a beast. Always has been in the last couple of years. And great. I mean, he's doing this. He's putting up this type of numbers in just like 30 minutes. Like Harden is doing that in like 40 minutes. LeBron James is doing it 38. Just some, good. Inside the top 5. I guess Jokic this season is averaging, how many minutes is he average? 32. Yeah. So Jokic also put up some crazy numbers in like 32, 33 minutes a night. Giannis is doing it in 32.4, averaging 27 points. Bobby Portis, he's still starting, but with DeMarcus Cousins, there seems like a cap to his ceiling. Because before they got Cousins, he was playing sometimes 33, 34 minutes. Now with Cousins, just to 26, because they want to give Cousins some minutes. That makes sense. 11 points, 9 rebounds, still a must roster, but it's fallen off quite a bit, and the defensive stats are not there either. Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, Dante DiVincenzo. These 3 guys are eating each other's value. But if one of them get hurt, we could stream the other 2. Jrue Holiday, great game. Yeah, Jrue Holiday is back. Another guy that had some early season struggles. That makes sense. They just won the championship. Gotta take a bit easy in the regular season. That's what I thought of Giannis. I feel like, he won the MVP. He's done it all. He won the finals. Might take it easy in the regular season, but he still plays hard. Jrue Holiday, great game. Defensive stats is there, assist, rebound, great efficiency. And when the shots are falling, Jrue Holiday is like a top 15. Could be a top 15 player. If shots are not falling, maybe top 40. Let's look at the Orlando Magic. They're still without everybody. When is Cole Anthony coming back? We don't know. He's questionable with that right ankle injury. Yeah. Weird stuff from Cole Anthony. Fred Wagner, is the only guy left on this Magic team. And Garrett Harris also been playing well. We need to pick up Garrett Harris in the short term and RJ Hampton if you want some points and some threes. At this stage of Garrett Harris' career, I don't know how many defensive stats he's getting. He got 3 here, but overall on the season, he really wasn't he wasn't great. RJ Hampton, 5 assists, 15 points, 2 threes. All right, I mean the minutes is there. We can pick him up and see where things go. But I'm pretty sure when Cole Anthony comes back, RJ is gonna lose all the minutes. Garrett Harris might lose a few shots. Jalen Suggs is gonna be back eventually, so Garrett Harris is value for sure. I don't think you're gonna sell him for anything. He's not, Freddie started because Wendell Carter Jr. was out. Sorry, Wendell Carter Jr. played. Mo Bamba was out. He just cleared the protocol. So maybe he should be back next week. Maybe miss one extra game. Wendell Carter Jr. played great again. And him and Franz Wagner in the short term, they're going to be great. But guys are coming back. I would try to sell high on both guys. Especially Franz Wagner. You see a lot of articles online popping out saying, Franz Wagner has been playing great. He's been getting a lot of hype. Given the level of opportunity and minutes, maybe he could sustain what he's doing, but guy's going to come back. He's still going to get minutes, but just not the usage. Team Frazier actually came in and played 30 minutes. They're really shorthanded, this Magic team. Let's not worry about him. Cole Anthony could be back, and whenever he's playing, right, he's not putting up some crazy numbers. But if Magic do have a schedule next week, I don't know what their schedule looks like. If they do have 4 games, you could stream some of those guys. Mortiz Wagner came in and played 25 minutes, played all right, but it's just one game. He didn't even shoot the ball well. Just went to the free throw line 10 times. Let's talk about the last game of the night. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Washington Wizards. With the news Ricky Rubio was out for season, I think we want to pick up. Rondo could be an interesting pickup. I have my doubts that they're gonna put him in the Ricky Rubio role, playing 25 to 30 minutes. They might, and maybe shift Darius Garland more at the 2 guard. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. We just wait and see. But if you want to pick up Rondo, sure. If you love the assist, but at this point of Rondo's career, I don't think he's providing anything else. Maybe a little bit rebound. He's not a great shooter. He won't be making that many threes. His efficiency has always been an issue. He's going to have a bunch of turnovers. He doesn't really get a lot of defensive stats either at this point. A lot of steals. He used to be a 1.5, 1.6 steals guy. I don't think he's going to do that. Maybe 1.1. So really, it's just the assist. Everything else is pretty much a negative. So even if he ends up playing 25 minutes a night, he could be a nice streamer, but I don't think he needs to be. It's not like he has like top 50 upside, maybe top 100, and it's really all coming from the assist. For the Cavaliers, this game, Kevin Pangos started, played 24 minutes. Darius Garland should be back soon. If you want to stream him for a few more games, sure. Isaac Okoro, he's gonna have some big playing time, but the problem with this guy is he's not a great fantasy player unless he starts getting some defensive stats. That's his main job on this team anyways, but he's not doing that this year. Not a lot of defensive stats. Kevin Love, Jarrett Allen is still out. I think it's a good time to sell Kevin Love. He won't get 30 minutes when Jarrett Allen comes back. He'll get 20. And what's crazy is that he's been putting up crazy good numbers in 20 minutes, but it's still just 20 minutes. Doesn't really matter who you are. I would try to sell Kevin Love. 11 rebounds, 24 points, and a steal. Evan Mobley came back, played great, took 20 shots because Darius Garland and Ricky Rubio were both out. 21 points, a steal, and 2 blocks. He's a top 50 player to me, with top 30 upside just because the block numbers. If he can average over 2 blocks a game, has to be a top 30 player. Lauri Markkanen played one of his best games, 11 points and 8 rebounds with a steal and a block, and 1 3. This guy, I would try to sell him every time he goes off. And play just 26 minutes here. And for the Washington Wizards, they got the win. Wizards at the 8th seed. Right now, they had a good start of the season. Hasn't been good lately. I would, yeah. I think the Wizards could be a top 10 seed at least. And they make the play-ins. But again, where's Bradley Beal gonna go? If he stays in DC, he's not winning anything. He's been in the trade talks for years. It just hasn't happened. Same thing with a couple other guys. They've been in the trade talks forever. Never got traded. Bradley Beal, he came back, had a great game, 29 and 10 with 1 steal and 6 rebounds. Before he was pretty bad. Before he got hurt. We have to be honest here. Like free throw percentage, he was like shooting 60-something% in the month of November and December. He wasn't getting any defensive stats. He wasn't making any threes. So hopefully with the rest, he could pick it up again. And I would try to trade him for a guy like Damian Lillard. I mean, like if I have Damian Lillard, I would trade Damian Lillard away to get Bradley Beal, just because all the injuries looming over Damian Lillard's head. And the Portland, they're not going anywhere. So if he doesn't get traded, I think he has a real shutdown risk. But we know he's tough. He wants to play. But this is the trade I'll be looking to. Brad Wanamaker, Spencer Dinwiddie also got placed into the protocol. So in the short term, Brad Wanamaker could be streamed for some assists, I suppose. Had 7 assists and 2 steals here. Daniel Gafford, great game. I would try to sell high on him, honestly, because Montrezl Harrell is out. Once Harrell comes back, Daniel Gafford is not going to get a consistent 30 minutes, but he did a really good job staying out of foul trouble. Had just 1 foul with 5 blocks. Really good numbers. He's a must roster because the block. But I would try to sell him, do a 2-for-1 to see if we can get a top 50 player back. The 30 minutes is not going to stick. Kyle Kuzma also played really, really well. 25 and 10. 2 for 5 on the free throw line is bad. Try to sell him, but I think he's got a real bad rap. People seem to undervalue him in fantasy a lot. So you could just hold. The free throw is so bad. But that he should be like a 70% free throw shooter at least. So he'll be better than this. KCP came back. He could be a streamer. I don't think I want to roster him. He provides some solid threes and steals. That's about it. And 11, 12 points a game. But with Bradley Beal healthy, he's not a guy that would go out for 30 points, right? But consistent 10 to 13 points a night. Danny Avdia was getting decent minutes, was playing well, but with KCP and Bradley Beal back, he shifted back to the bench and just hit 24 minutes. So I think we could move on from him, to be honest. And Corey Kispert got to 28 minutes somehow, put up such a bad line. Let's not worry about him. And that's it for all the games. I will see you guys tomorrow. It'll be a new year, so happy new year. And see you guys. Bye.